Hey there, to all my fellow dog owners in Hartville. If you're looking for a dog trainer, you know how important it is to find the right fit. So we're going to walk through exactly how to make a great choice for you and your pup. Just imagine this. You're taking a nice, calm stroll through the Hartville marketplace, or maybe you're just relaxing at a park with your dog being perfectly well-behaved. That's the goal, right? Having a dog that can be a happy, safe part of your life in our town. And honestly, good training is the bridge that gets us there.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll kick things off with why training is so valuable right here in Hartville. Then, we'll get into some of that trainer lingo, look at the different ways you can do training, cover the really important questions to ask, and then wrap up with local costs and some great local resources.
All right, first up, a Hartville dog's life. Let's really look at why having a well-behaved dog makes such a difference in our community. A well-trained dog basically gets an all-access pass to so many of our great local spots. You could be browsing the marketplace, popping into some downtown shops, or enjoying a community get-together. Good manners just open up this whole world of possibilities, from exploring those beautiful Stark County parks to just taking a relaxed walk down our historic sidewalks.
And here's a really key local rule you've got to know. In both Hartville and Lake Township, your dog has to be on a leash whenever you're in a public space. So that makes things like loose leash walking not just a nice-to-have skill, but, a real necessity for being a good neighbor.
Okay, on to our next section. Let's decode some of that trainer terminology, because understanding what they're talking about is really the first step to making a smart choice.
So, you're going to hear the term positive reinforcement thrown around a lot, and for a very good reason. It's a method that's backed by science, where you simply reward the behavior you want to see more of. We're talking treats, praise, a favorite toy, whatever your dog loves. It's super effective, and it really does build a stronger bond between you two.
All right, this alphabet soup of letters after a trainer's name can be a little confusing, so let's just break it down. If you're looking for basic obedience or puppy skills, a CPDTKA is a fantastic certification. For more complicated stuff, like a dog that's really fearful, you might look for an IABC CDBC. And for really serious issues, say like aggression, a specialist with a CBCCKA is going to be your best resource. Okay, Section 3 is all about choosing your training format. We're going to figure out which style of training is the best match for your dog and, of course, for your lifestyle. Let's compare the two most common options you'll see. Group classes, they're amazing for socialization and for practicing skills with other dogs and people around. Plus, they're usually easier on the wallet. Then you have in-home training, which is perfect for tackling those problems that happen at home, like jumping on guests or going nuts at the window. It's also really great for getting a puppy started on the right foot and mastering your specific neighborhood walk. And there are a few other formats too. You've got private lessons, which give you that one-on-one attention at a training facility. Day training is a cool option where the trainer works with your dog while you're at work, which can really speed things up. And then there's board and train, which is super intensive. For that one, you really have to do your research to make sure they're using humane, positive methods. Moving on to Section 4, Smart Questions to Ask. Think of this as your personal checklist for when you're interviewing potential trainers. So, you've narrowed it down to a few trainers, you're getting ready to pick up the phone or send that email. What exactly should you be asking them?
Here are the absolute must-ask questions. First, ask about their training methods. You're listening for positive reinforcement. Next, ask about their credentials and what they do to keep their skills sharp. Then, find out how they're going to create a plan that's tailored specifically to your dog. Make sure you get a crystal clear idea of all the costs. And finally, ask them, how are we going to know we're making progress?
All right, we're at our final section, Hartville costs and resources. Let's talk money and then some of the best local spots to practice all those new skills.
Okay, let's take a quick look at what training typically costs in the Hartville area as of 2025. You can see a set of puppy or group classes will probably be in the couple $100 range. A package of in-home lessons might be several hundred, and then those more intensive options, like a board and train, are definitely a bigger investment. Of course, these prices will change depending on the trainer's experience and exactly what's included.
Once you start your training, you're going to need places to practice. Quail Hollow is just perfect for working on leash skills with plenty of distractions. The Hartville Dog Park is awesome for safely working on your recall in a fenced-in area. Sippo Lake Park gives you tons of real-world stuff to work with, like joggers and ducks, and the Canal Fulton Towpath is just ideal for those long walks where you're trying to build your dog's focus.
When it comes right down to it, training is really an investment in the relationship you have with your dog. It's what builds the confidence and trust that makes every single walk, every visit to a local shop, and just every quiet moment at home that much more peaceful and fun. So good luck with your search, and I hope you enjoy all the adventures that are waiting for you and your amazing companion right here in Hartville.